The finance director, Leslie Gray, my brother, has not completed the tax computation for the year ended 30th November 2017. He has asked, I expected everybody to answer this question right, because I gave a scenario in class. When we were setting the mock, I saw the question, that was why I gave that scenario in class. But you all didn't. Oh, say who? Say who? He has recently asked the audit assistants to calculate the company's tax payable for the year on the basis that as a recently qualified accountant, chartered accountant, the audit assistant has more up to date with the changes in tax legislation. Yo, what is the problem here? What's the problem here? The provision of the tax advice, what does it represent? That's correct. So the provision of the advice represents a self-review threat. And then what else? This is a listed company. And according to NHYIRA'S or NHYIRA'S, whatever it is, just want to say NHYIRA'S. You know I gave you the meaning for that, right? According to this, an audit firm cannot render tax advice or cannot provide tax advice for a listed company. Nobody made a reference to that. The company is listed. So we can't give them any tax advice because it's a listed company. So that's also another issue that we could raise there in relation to that. So these are the two key things that we could talk about. Then we now have to communicate. Okay? Because this finding signifies that Leslie Gray is abundantalism and cannot be trusted. Because if we can't compute tax, which is a huge aspect of our audit, can we reassess Leslie J's integrity? How? Is it Gray or J? Hey, Charlie. Hey! No, your father is Leslie Gray. Hey! True or not true? Hey, nothing true. It's a Russian. Gray is a Russian name. Maybe your father's father was a no, he's a Russian. Okay, so what do we say here? What do we say here? Okay, so what do we say? Yeah, you were on the floor. What were you saying?
That the integrity should be reassessed.
No. Why would the integrity of who?
What I'm trying to say is the director, like
Leslie Gray.
Maybe like a sponsor, because if he couldn't access the tax, he prepared the statement. So what shows that other things are correct?
So then you are not assessing his integrity, really. It's competence.
So meaning he's not actually.
He has not completed it. Not that he couldn't do it.
That's why he has not completed because he's not competent. So it's not about his integrity, it's about his competence. And then that's why I told you about the fact that the company must look at what their procedure for recruiting people like this into their firm. Are you getting the idea? So if we want to write an answer down for this, we can put that, for instance, 1. The provision of assistance in calculating the income tax represents what? A self-review threat. Okay? So the provision of the assistance in calculating the company's income tax for the year represents a self-review threat.
Even if the company is listed,
Tax, you can't do. You are not.
Our tax department and a different partner.
I think you suggested that thing. That a different audit team should be appointed. Provision of assistance in calculating the company's income tax for the year. Okay, for the year represents a self-review threat. Yeah, what you are saying is true. They can let different teams come and audit. Because the reason why ISBA is forbidding it or is not allowing it for just professional ethics. It's not about legal. Are you getting it? So for professional reasons, not the real members to carry out the tax, other people who carry out the tax. However, it's always that trap is there. If we are together, like we are here, you do the tax and I'm auditing. I know you, isn't it? I know your qualification. So I can say the tax is not wrong, so I won't audit it. We are in the same thing. I know you. You are chartered, you have MBA, you have FFY. So you are good. You get the idea. So yes, even though another team can do it, it's still. So that's the first point we write. Second point we can write is that this risk is increased by the listed status of Davis Code. This risk is increased by the listed status of Davis Code. By the listed status. By the listed status. By the listed status.
I'm sleeping, eh?
By the listed status of Davis Code. When you come. Next line. Next line.
I beg you.
Yes, the second point.
It's increased by
It's increased by, what did I say? I didn't say listed status. It's listed. By the listed status of Davis Code. By the listed status of Davis Code. By the listed status of Davis Code. Then the next point, the last point. The auditor should therefore report the lack of skills. The auditor should therefore report the lack of skill and up-to-date knowledge of the finance director to the client, to management, sorry. The lack of skill and up-to-date knowledge of the finance director to management. So that's it. That's it. That's it. Up-to-date knowledge. Up-to-date knowledge.
about 2 questions, 2 marks. What is the uses?
Alright, so let's go to question 2. Question 2 is going to be snappy because we're just going to be talking about key issues there. A. ISA 701 communicating key audit matters in the independent auditor's report states the purpose of communicating key audit matters is to enhance the communicative value of the auditor's report by providing greater transparency about the audit that was performed. Required. Discuss this statement in relation to the benefits and difficulties of communicating key audit matters to users of auditors' reports and the contribution of ISA 701 in addressing the audit expectation gap. I love this question because it's in 3 folds. 1, you need to define what is key audit matters. 2, you need to tell us the benefits of its inclusion in the auditor's report. 3, you need to tell us the challenges of it. And then 4, how that thing is able to reduce the expectation gap. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what is key audit matters? Yes. What are key audit matters? Is it? Who said it? Hey, did you say the exam is too difficult? Ah!
This one, I see it better than this. But
So, Ocho is PhD question, eh?
I don't know where you're getting your question.
Do that thing. It's not fair. What are key audit matters?
There are no
issues that were most significant during the audit.
Okay.
And they where the auditor encountered difficulties in the audit.
Okay. So these are key audit matters. All right. All right. All right. But why is it a key audit matters and audit matter, or why are they key audit matters, and then why is it are they when they are included in the auditor's report? Why is it that? Right. We are passing on.
Going concern is
You are giving me an example now, but are you getting the idea? It's an example now. So when we say key audit matters, we can define key audit matters as, that is CAM, okay? We can define it as matters which in the auditor's judgment, okay? Matters which in the auditor's judgment are significant and required to be brought to the knowledge of the users of the financial information. I hope you get the idea. That's the idea about it. So these are matters which in the auditor's judgment, these are matters which in the auditor's judgment, you good? Were most significant in the audit, were most significant in the audit of the financial statement, and relevant to the users of the auditor's reports. Relevant to the users of the auditor's reports. What is the benefit? So the question is in four folds. That's the definition. What's the benefit? Yes? What's the benefit of its inclusion in the auditor's reports? Tell me about it quickly.
Users are able to better assess the risk.
Users are able to better
Assess the risk issues of an entity.
better assess the risk issues of an entity. Okay, yeah, we can say something like that. Yeah, what else? Any other idea? Why should these things be included?
Also enhances the user's understanding of the entity.
Users' understanding of the entity. Okay, it enhances their understanding of the entity. What else can we say?
It helps the users to make decisions.
Yes, how? How will the decision be impacted? One of the benefits is transparency. If the auditor includes these things in the audit report, it increases the transparency in the financial statement, thereby increasing the confidence that the users have in the work of the auditor. You said there might be a question. You are smelling it, you Mati. Yes, we in the air.
Hey, Sana won't bomb my money.
This is your favorite part.
That's your favorite part.
I didn't hear the word of God.
So transparency, okay? The inclusion of key audit matters in the auditor's reports increases what transparency, thereby increasing what confidence, okay? Thereby increasing the confidence that users of the auditor's reports have in the audit process. Yes.
Maybe if you are going concerned with what's part and then it's
You never say. So if the financial statements are not good, you go and withdraw your money.
I'm sure we are drafting the audit report is prepared.
So help them to take decisions.
Yeah, so the decision
Yes,
making.
yes.
Sure. So when we withdraw money before, hey, no, that time before you now prepared.
The next thing, the benefit also is that the inclusion of the camp in the auditor's report enables the auditor to educate, to educate and inform users of financial information about the actual role of the auditors. Are you getting it? So the inclusion of the camp in the auditor's report enables the auditor to educate and inform the users of financial information about what? The role of the auditor. About the role of the auditors. About the role of the auditor. About the role of the auditor. This intends reduce the expectation gap. This intends reduce the expectation gap, which is the difference between what, you know the definition for expectation gap. This intends reduces what? The expectation gap. What is the expectation gap?
What the client expects the audit report.
Is it the client?
Yes.
What users expect the role of the auditor to be and what they actually do. That's the expectation gap. So it's not a client. Are you getting the idea? So when we include key audit matters,
Usually what they expect them to do, what the audit report is supposed to.
it's not the audit report. It is what they are supposed, we expect them to do and what they actually do. Like for instance, in audit report, we expect that auditors will say that, management will be asked, if you want to talk to Docas, that is what we want the auditors to do, right? But their actual role is not what we think. So the inclusion of the camp will help us to educate and inform them about what? Our role. So that is the issue about that. If you want to talk about difficulties, what is the difficulties here? What are the difficulties? Inclusion of key audit matters may sometimes make the financial statement a bit what? Too much. The audit report voluminous, thereby preventing the users to actually what? Read it. Okay, so that's one of the difficulties. That's one of the difficulties we can talk about. Yeah, make it voluminous, which may discourage users from reading. Yeah, they come.
Hey, my son.
Sorry.
Just 18 years. You think you can just start? Eh?
Come again.
18 years. You think you can just start? Like, you
Shouldn't I start something?
No, you should take
Earlier
your
the
time.
back out.
Hey, my son.
So that's one of the difficulties we can talk about. Another difficulty also is that not all users understand matters reported in the key audit matters paragraph. Okay? Not all users understand the impact of matters reported in the key audit matter paragraph.
Understand.
Not all users understand matters reported in the key audit paragraph. And that was how many marks? 8 marks. 8 marks. Go
Yeah,
inside.
compare.
Alright, so let's look at the B aspect.
Can you say that?
That what?
No, it's costly.
Will it be costly? No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. Okay, it wouldn't be.
Mostly in terms of time or
And time goes to be able to find all these. You have to
No,
read
these are from our working papers.
You've already done it.
So we've already done it.
they're all factors in the audit.
Yes, they are all factors in the audit tree. So there is no cost there. So let's come to the B aspect, which is the real deal. Here we are diagnosing the paper or the audit report to find out what we have to do about it. So make sure you pay close attention to me about that. Now let's go to the flip side about the requirement of the B. It says, critically appraise the extracts from the auditor's report on the consolidated financial statement of Blackmore Group for the year ended. Note, you are not required to redraft the extracts. Okay, so critically appraise. So let's come back. You are the manager responsible for the audit of Blackmore Group, a listed manufacturer of high-quality musical instruments for the year ended 31st March 2018. The draft statement of the group recognizes losses of how much? 2.2 million, total assets of 14.1 million. The audit is nearing completion and the audit senior has drafted the auditor's report, which contains the following extract. Then he just writes key audit matters. Now the examiner said we should appraise. So how do we appraise this report? Remember, you are not writing a report. So how should you appraise? Appraising means tell us what is bad about the report, isn't it? And what is good about the report and what suggestion that we should do. So let's go. What do we do? If you look at this extract closely, there are a couple of errors that have been committed. And we look at them one after the other. One, the key audit matter, the heading there, should have included what we call an introductory paragraph. There should have been an introductory paragraph there. Are you getting it? In order for users to understand the significance of that paragraph. That's the first thing about that. So that heading, key audit matters, should have included what? Introductory paragraph. In order for users to understand its importance and significance. That's the first thing. Second, valuation of financial instruments. So what is the issue about the valuation of the financial instruments? So you are looking at what went wrong. So the first thing is there has to be an introductory paragraph which informs users about the significance and importance, okay, of the paragraph and tell them about it. Because if you are an auditor and I give you, if you are a user and I give you this thing and you hear key audit matters, you have to ask yourself, what do you mean by key audit matters? Are you getting the idea? So that explanation of what that paragraph is about, they should have included it. So that's a deficiency in the auditor's report. So you report that. Remember, you are not redrafting the report. You are just saying it. Second, valuation of financial instrument. What is it about? Let's look at it. The group enters into structured forward contract to purchase material used in its manufacturing process. The valuation of this unquoted instrument involves guesswork and is based on internal modules developed by the group finance director, Thomas Bolling. Mr. Bolling joined the group in January 2018 and there is significant measurement uncertainty involved in his valuation as a result of his inexperience. As a result, the valuation of this contract was significant to our audit. Listen, as part of the key audit matters, the first issue that has been raised is about valuation of financial instruments. So, what do we do? What do we do? The auditor should explain, okay? The auditor should explain, one, the factors that were taken into consideration before the matter was considered as a key audit matter. Are you getting the idea? So you can't just write there and valuation of financial instruments. You have to explain, okay, the factors that were considered. To include this particular item as what? A key audit matter. That was the first thing that we are supposed to do. Then they should also be able to quantify. They should be able to quantify the size and significance of the issue. How much is involved? We don't know. What is the significance to the audit? We can't determine. Why? Because we don't know the materiality. So this is an error he has made. The drafted report made this error. So they should have explained the factors that were taken into consideration before this thing was included and quantify the size and significance of the thing. Then how this issue, this key audit matter was addressed in the audit procedure. How it was addressed in the audit procedure. So what factors did you take into consideration before you realize that it is something you need to bring to management notice? That's the first thing. How much is it? What audit procedure did you take into consideration to audit that particular item? Then, the last thing is that the report should not have included the name of the finance director. That's it. So we are appraising the reports. So at this thing, this is what they are supposed to have done. Let's say about that.
It's not like quality control.
No, it's not about quality control or something. It's about auditor's report. How the auditor's report has been prepared. What went wrong? That's why this company didn't bring introduction. So now you are telling them you should have brought an introduction. That is why this guy, they just spoke about the name of the person. They shouldn't have brought the name. So it's not about quality control necessarily, but it's about the auditor's report that we are issuing. So that's the second thing. So first is about account, second is about evaluation, third. Now let me give you some time to digest that. I hope it's making sense. We are not just writing things out, it's about understanding of the auditor's report. And as I said, all of you, if you check your solutions, everything I'm saying.
I wrote everything.
Clap for yourself. Oh, clap for yourself. It's a lie, so you can't clap for yourself. So, okay, for one second, then I'll throw it. What did you write? Let me hear what everybody wrote.
Oh, let's go on.
Oh, let me hear what everybody wrote. What fresh shots? Let's go on. Alright, so let's look at the third one. Hey, why are you guys happy like that? The thing that is difficult, I expect you to cry. Now you are laughing.
They are copying.
Eh? Are you sure I'm safe?
Copy.
Okay, open book text.
No, we can't be silly. So they started already.
Okay, now the next one.
I said from the floor, it is acceptable to report, but it should be in paragraph to emphasize the importance of the evaluation of the total turnover.
To the total turnover. Yeah, so sort of like you are trying to tell us
should be in the
how it
paragraph.
was addressed in our audit procedure. Yes. So that sort of thing. That sort of thing. So in this question, you were not supposed to make any suggestion. You're just supposed to tell us what is wrong, and let's do the right thing. Because there's problem here. It's smelling. Everything there is smelling. So we need to find out how we can bring in air freshener to make it nice. Customer. Let's look at it. Included in receivables shown on the consolidated financial position is an amount of 287,253 from a customer which has ceased trading. On the basis that the group has no security for this debt, we believe that the group should make a full provision for impairment of 287,253, thereby reducing profit before taxation for the year and the total assets as at this by this amount. What is that? What is wrong with this thing here? That is the thing. What is wrong? Look at the grammar, the statements, everything there, and tell me what is wrong. Quick. IAS 10 invest after the reporting period. You want to bring it here? Come on now. This is an audit report for goodness sake. We don't need IAS.
But it's gonna affect.
Madam, this is audit report. What is wrong with the report here? Still, you've not understood the requirements of the question. This is an audit report that has been written, and you are tracing to see the audit report, whether the things mentioned are right, are wrong, that kind of stuff. Now look at the statement here. It says, thereby reducing profit before tax. Is that not the wrong wording? Because they made a loss. Indeed, that is the wrong wording.
Which one?
Okay?
Hey.
And I'm who they are making. Look at the last sentence of that customer liquidation. Thereby reducing profit before taxation for the year. Have you seen that? And total, did you see profit before taxation? More loss. So how can that be reducing profit before taxation? So that's a wrong wording. So that thing should have been what? Reducing loss, increasing loss before tax for the year. That's a wrong wording.
Increasing loss and reducing profits.
It's a wrong wording because the company did not make profits. They made a loss. So what you should have said rather is that increasing what? The loss before
So we
profit.
critically.
So you are praising what is wrong with the report. Irradiation of the spectacle. So the first thing we can talk about is the wrong wording. Okay? There. That it should have been what? Have been increasing loss before tax for the year and not profit for the year as is. Got it? That's the mistake here. That's the mistake here. So it's critically appraising. The story is there. You just look at it closely and ask what is going on. Then, liquidation of a customer. Liquidation of a customer should not be at a key audit matter paragraph. Yeah.
But by your definition, you said what the auditor's judgment, what the auditor's judge as no significance. So what if to them this is significant?
It's significant. But this thing, particular, should have been in the opinion paragraph. With an except for, look at it, with an except for. So it's supposed to be in the opinion paragraph. What is it? Which animals? Charlie. No, you are chatting in my class. So, the matter itself, okay, the customer liquidation issue shouldn't have been in camp. Okay, not in camp paragraph. Rather, it should have been where? In the opinion paragraph with what? An except for clause. So this is what you say. Except for, so when you write opinion paragraph, except for trade receivables of this amount, right? Financial statements are represented in a true and fair view. So it shouldn't have been in key audit matter. It should have been in the opinion paragraph. Ujai.
Oh, where do you go here? Oh, we say
So the
it's not a
account
key
paragraph,
man.
I know that
It was deleted.
Like,
And they are pieces.
they have to delete it from there.
You mentioned it that it's not a key audit matter. Okay, then that's actually that. But you should tell us where it should be now. It should be deleted.
You will tell me later.
Yes, where?
I know that emphasis of matter and other matters, they come after the opinion paragraph. So
Relax. We've not come there yet.
No,
When we
no,
come,
I'm just saying asking.
that
So I don't get it. So when I read the audit report, introduction, what? Key audit matters.
says who?
I'm
I will
asking.
come there. So digest this bit by bit. We will get to the last person and the question you're asking to bring himself. Then we will give it to him.
So I'm getting scared.
So this issue, there is a wrong wording there. So we are correcting that. The second thing is that it should be in the opinion paragraph with an except for and not in the camp paragraph. Is that what? The next one, qualified opinion arising from disagreement. Insurance awareness about accounting. When it's Ubreu, you're ready, Jesus Christ, and they say a lunch. Don't worry, we'll break a moment. If we can break, if we break like 45, because by 2 I need to start a FR class. So I'm coming. You let's finish with this person, then we can determine. Maybe we can go for break like 45 minutes.
It's too much.
That's too much. Or 15 minutes. Okay. Then we come back. What is wrong with this statement and where it is in the auditor's report? Qualified opinion arising from disagreement about accounting treatment. What is wrong? Is it right? Where it is it good? Where should it have been?
Opinion paragraph.
Should come immediately after the opinion.
This thing should come after the opinion. When this is the opinion?
No, you know, like it's sort of the basis of the opinion.
It should come before the basis of the opinion.
This one, yes, said our opinion will come first
Mhm.
before the basis will come.
Mhm.
So this one will go to the basis when our opinion is already there.
Hey, this is our opinion, Jose. Look at it. It says, in our opinion, except for the, can't you see? This is the opinion paragraph.
Passenger, you know when you the opinion after the opinion, maybe we have audited. Then you come to the basis. That's where if there's any qualification to be set.
So where is the opinion paragraph? The opinion paragraph comes before the basis. Is that what you're saying? Or it comes before the basis?
It comes before.
It comes before the basis. So what is this paragraph? Is it a basis paragraph or opinion paragraph?
Basis.
How?
This opinion.
In our opinion, can't you read that? Except for, so that's the opinion paragraph.
So what is the? So this one is the opinion. So the basis will not come here.
They have just
The
given
person
us
has given us extra. He has made an error. So we need to assess.
Oh, okay.
You idea. So one, what is wrong about this thing? One, it is incorrectly positioned. Why is it incorrectly positioned? Because it should have been at the start of the audit report. That's the first thing. So incorrectly. You know, right now the new auditors report, the opinion comes first.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. It comes first. So putting this in camp is a wrong position. I didn't give you the format. Oh, I told you to read that in my book.
No, you said I should relax. When you fill out the last one, you give it to her. That's what you said.
No, I wouldn't give the format now. Here now. You must I'll give you the detailed format. There is that of the auditor's report. Second, it is wrongly titled. What kind of title is that? That's barbaric. Rising from disagreement, meaning it is wrongly titled. So what should have been the title? What should have been the title, please? Auditors, what should have been the title? Liar. This is the opinion paragraph. So it should have been titled. The guy is confused. I'm coming. Should be titled Qualified Opinion. Yes, Derek, let me deal with you. Talk, I'm listening. A material uncertainty therefore exists which may cast doubt on the group's ability to continue as a going concern. Our opinion is not modified in respect of this matter. What is wrong with this thing? One, according to ISA 550, did I say 550? 570 going concern. So according to ISA 570 going concern, the auditor going concern, the emphasis of matter paragraph should report on uncertainties. Which has been rightly done. But the problem is that a requirement has been given that the auditor's report should now include